Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Abruzzi M2 Challenge live round 2 from Oulton Park. I'm James Parfitt, going to be joined in the booth by Mr. Jim Cunningham, who's come along for the ride. Well, what can I say about opening round 1? We had a little bit of everything. We had chaos, we had carnage, we had people winning races, we have people going round, and then there's people who really should just go and learn to practice driving the M2. But we didn't have that. It was a little bit of everything. And in race 1, it was Davidson, Nuttall, and Josh Millington taking the 1, 2, 3. And in race 2, it was Petterlin, Dvorak, and Millington for race number 2. 15 minutes, let's not forget, 30-minute feature. 15-minute race 1, 30-minute feature race. So don't forget on that one, and a top 10 reverse as well for race number 2. So we're going to check out who is on pole position for race 2. Good evening, Bobby. And Big Pip Racing. Yeah, you did. Yes, how are you, dear sir? Thank you so much for joining us. We had a little bit of everything as well. Jim, round 2, we come to Oulton Park. Different beast to Okayama, not so wide. Lots to sort of think about while on this racetrack.
I tell you what, we do a lot of these broadcasts, and when I found out that we were coming here with this crew, I was excited, man. That last week was carnage and all of that stuff, but it was fun. And I got a feeling that this is going to be the same. This is maybe even more exciting, because this is a tighter track and probably maybe a little more prone to carnage. But yeah, last week was insane. If you didn't see last week, you need to go back and watch it on replay, because it was fantastic.
Yeah, we are just entering into qualifying as well, so hold on to your hats, because we are just going into qualifying for 10 minutes here. The guys will venture out onto the racetrack for solo qualifying. We do have both chicanes, okay? So we do have Britons and we do have Hislops. That's going to make it even more exciting. Would I wanted to see them without Hislops and that straight run up through into Druids? Absolutely, but I am not in charge of picking which track we go to, and unfortunately we didn't. One stander. Let's go time for another P1. Well, let's see how we get him here and see what goes on. But a lot of action going to take place at this moment in time, I'm sure. Qualifying, what do we think? How important is qualifying going to be? We'll run through the standings in a minute. What do we think qualifying and the effect of qualifying will be?
I definitely think it will be important. And obviously where you finish in the first race with the inversion, that's going to be hugely important. I mean, these cars are all pretty equally balanced, and this is a tight track. It's going to be harder to pass here and move up. So yeah, I think qualifying is going to be important, and certainly where you finish in the first race for the inversion is going to be important as well.
Yeah, you definitely want to look around that sort of, if you could be first, you'll be 10th, and if you're 10th, you're going to be first. So let's see what goes on here and whether or not this can happen. While these guys are driving around just doing their outlap, we'll bring you up to date with the championship standings. Don't forget, there's no pro and ams. It is just all in one pro. Wojciech Dvorak is your leader on 61, with Josh Millington in second on 55. Fabian Berver on 40, with Francesco Petterlin on 52, sitting in fourth. Tom Davidson on 51. Then we've got Mikey Pollard in 6th, Matt Acton, Andrew Pike, Hayden Miller, Dave Carney, Gergely Consabo, Kieran Sharp, Robin Katzelberger, Jamie Nuttall and Paolo Miniti round out the top 15. Matt Smith, Alex Richards and Mav Gardner taking that final 18th place. On from that one, Mauro Gabbiadi, Felix Smogi, Morris Pickler, Antonio Morobiado in 22nd, and Valerio Tedeschi in 23rd, Francesco Cardulo in 24th, John Bradshaw, Kieran Serron, Rick Gallagher, Charles Wembley, Seth Johnson, Stefan Mellis, Jack Southfield, Andrelo Torlasco and Gorlam Hamling round out the top 33. Bottom 6, as you can see there, have not scored points as of yet. Time should be start coming in through the board very, very shortly. everybody. Kieran Sharp is out at the moment and is running around, currently just going through Hislops before we go on that run through Knickerbrook, up through Clay Hill, Water Tower, Druids, a 4-name corner, and he's only going for a mile up the road. We can have a look at Dvorak, last overall round leader, should we say, after race number 1. Had a great race number 2, finished in second place here at the same time. Lots, I think, can happen here at Oulton Park, and I'm probably going to reference the fact that these guys, you know, this is probably one of the circuits where I would sit back and say qualifying was a bit important.
Yeah, absolutely. I think in this series, I think almost every race we go to, qualifying will be pretty important with these cars, but certainly here. And I was looking over that points list, and you know, there's some really fast drivers that did not have a good week last week. So that's going to be interesting to see how the points develop over the season. You know, like Kieran Sharp, we know he's fast, you know, in all the different places that you see him race, he's usually always up towards the front, and he certainly did not have the best weekend last week here. In fact, I remember the front end getting knocked off his car at some point.
Yep. No, you are right. He's all the way down in 12th in the championship at this moment in time. So a lot of work for Sharp to do here. But Josh Millington leads the way with Tom Davidson sitting in second place. Dvorak's grabbed third. Bearver is grabbed fourth. Felix Smogy sitting there in fifth at the moment. Mikey Pollard from DCW sitting in sixth. Francesco Petelin is in seventh. Then Robin Katzelberger, Guillem Hamlin and Dave Carney round out the top 10. Stefan Mellis has got no time on the board, but he has got greens at the moment. We are sitting here at this moment in time with 6 sectors, and Stefan Mellis has just got that completely peaked on, and unfortunately is not going to get a time on the board with that one. He's going to have to go again. Kieran Sharp, let's see what he's going to do as he's running on his run round through Druids at the moment, coming down to the final corner here for Lodge before he goes up through Deer Leap and into Old Hall. The car, have you been out in this car yet, Jim? Did you drive it over the week?
Yeah, I've driven it before last week's broadcast too. Yeah, I find the car tough to drive. I feel like it doesn't want to turn. To me, it's harder to drive than the Mazda is, you know, for these, or the Toyota GR86. It just doesn't want to turn as much to me. It's tougher than those two cars.
Yeah, definitely. You can see we're hitting 145 004s. We break a second, just down in 9th at the moment with Pike, Petelin in 10th, Acton, Richards, Katzelberger, Hamlin, Carney, Maniti, Gardner. On pole is Seron, who's just gone on to a 145 dead. He's just taken pole position there as well. Lots of time still coming in. You can see them at the bottom, one after the other. Katzelberger in 14th at the moment. Coming up to the line now. Is he going to be able to make it in that Marlboro-esque liveried BMW? He doesn't make an improvement. What about Kieran Sharp sitting in 7th place? He's got a few more sectors to go. In fact, he's got 2, bar the one that he's just about to go through now. And we'll see how Kieran gets on. I think the chicanes could really make this quite interesting, Jim. I think that's the thing. The chicanes are going to play a big part this week. Huge part. How you handle those 2 chicanes, it's probably going to dictate this race. You know, both of them are in a pretty decent braking zone. You're going pretty quick when you get to them, and they're tight chicanes, and they both, especially the last one, is how you get that one right determines how you make that whole run down that long back straight area, which is super important here. Probably, you know, the most important sector of this track. Yeah, Sharp's just about to go over the line. What is he going to do? Davidson's going to be not far behind him, with Nuttall in there at the same time. He's just about to come over the line for a crack race. It does a 145 in 046, so it is an improvement. Few improvements kicking in. Millington has not got an improvement on the board at this moment in time. Pike sitting in 11th, Pollard down in 10th as Pollard comes over the line as well. Maurice Pickler, Kieran Saddle, who is in pole position, is gone over the line 145.042. Not an improvement. Petelin improves up to 6th place though. So great job from him. And now we're just going to run through all the others. Wish I could have seen the incident outcomes from last week, says Bobby in YouTube chat. Well, unfortunately, sir, no, you can't. So there we go. It is what it is on that one. I can give you some of the incident outcomes if you want. There was 21 of them, Bobby. Which one would you like to pick? Any particular one? There was 21 incidents, I believe. From hold on, race number 1. No, there we go. 6 incidents. So yeah, that was the overall total so far. But 6 incidents at this moment in time, Bobby. Nothing really major to have to worry about. A few drivers coming over the line. Pedaling as well. Got about a minute and a half to go here, Jim, before the end of qualifying.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see somebody throw up a couple of purple sectors down there or something. I'm actually surprised by some guys that are really fast that are just not putting down phenomenal lap times so far. I think that they're struggling a little bit here. There's a lot of yellows and greens on that, but you hadn't seen many purple sectors.
Absolutely. I can tell you the most points at the moment, the most incident points is Cardulo, and he's got 6. Has Francesco Cardulo, so he needs to be a little bit careful and make sure he doesn't get any more. Rich Gallagher on the track still at the same time. They've got about 35 seconds. Gallagher, you're not going to make that one. Neither is Stefan Mellis. What about Pickler? Goes over the line, stops. Petlin looks like he's run out of fuel just before he got there, but Gallagher might be the one. 25 seconds to go, halfway around the race circuit. Not going to happen, I'm afraid, for you, young sir. Francesco Cardulo, car number 75, of course, and is not out in qualifying. So I do wonder if he's got a qualifying ban. Trying to just see if that's brought out anything on there for quali.
So while you're looking that up, so the top 7 cars in qualifying right now are within 0.2 of a second of each other.
Yeah, no, I was right. There was 21 altogether incidents from race 1 and 2. Kevin Serron in first, with Josh Millington sitting in second. Then you got Kieran Sharp in third. Tom Davidson fourth. Jamie Nuttall, Francesco Petelin, Wojciech Dvorak in seventh. Then Morris Pickler eighth. Fabian Berver in 9th, and Felix Smogy in 10th, and Gwilym Hamlin 11th, with Mikey Pollard down in 12th. Then you got Andrew Pike, Matt Acton, Alex Richards, Robin Katzelberger, Dave Kahn. I don't know if it's Kahn A or Kahn, so I'm just going to go with Kahn for a minute. Dave, let me know. Paolo Maniti in 18th, then Mav Gardner, Valerio Tedeschi, John Bradshaw, Rich Gallagher, and Antonio Morabito. Stefan Mellis round out the 24th, and Francesco Cardulo rounds out the final car on the grid. We are getting ready to go. These drivers are going to be up and running. We're going to have lights up very, very shortly here. I'm trying to see if Cardulo has got a penalty. No, he got 30 seconds that time around. No penalties for Cardulo that I can see here. That doesn't involve going out to quali. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, hold on to your hats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is lights out. It's green, green, green on the rundown into turn number 1. Millington didn't get a great start. You can see the cracks of Jamie Nuttall. Did get an awesome start going through the first corner, but Kevin Serron goes first place with Millington in second, Davidson in third, then Nuttall. Everybody at the moment looks like they've made it through the first section. Pickler in the middle. He is being squeezed at the moment, and he's got Dvorak in and around him. Kieran Sharp tucked in behind him as well. Fabian Bervet, Felix Smogy. Don't be on the outside for the rundown into Islands. There's a crack race in a Smogy there on the inside. Is he going to run Bervet side by side? Bervet backs off. What about further back? Richards backs off away from Acton. Katzelberger as well for the first run in through Shell Oils, and at the moment it is Kevin Serron with Josh Millington out in front for the first run through Britons.
I tell you what, Kieran Sharp got off the line horrible there. He dropped 5 places on the start I'm not sure what happened there. Missed a gear, got off late or something, but yeah, dropped 5 right off the bat. But They did get to all the way through Shell with no problems. That's surprising. I fully expected a little action there. I'm happy to say they did a great job.
Yeah, they did.
Even with those two there, even went side by side through the chicane.
Yeah, great.
Wow,
Great work from Gardner and Katzelberger with Paolo Meniti tucked in behind him. You see Meniti there in that red and white BMW. Siron still out in front. Millington closing in though. It's getting in a little bit tight and twisty here for Josh Millington and Kevin Siron as they go and complete the first lap here this evening. We got lap 2 and we've got 14 minutes, give or take 13 minutes left to go of race number 1. I can't look, says Watery Turtle. Everybody made it through. A few people been off the line at the moment. Gwilym Hamling is the latest victim. I'm not quite sure what Gwilym got himself up to. There's a lot of stuttering going on here this evening. There he goes on the wide run and then gets himself back on track not long after that. And that's probably the only major off track that we've had to worry about. But so far so good for the second run through Shell Oils. Kieran Sharp tucked in at the moment behind Pickler. Smokey in behind that. Bear Vet behind that. Pollard in there. Gwilym Hamlin also in there. Biggest gainer on the grid, Francesco Cardulo, who's gained 4 places off the start line. The biggest gainer so far, Jim. 4 places gained for Cardulo. Let's hope he can keep it clean.
Yeah, that's impressive. Cardulo seemed to be pretty quick last week as well.
Yeah, but bro, he got himself caught up in a lot of dramas. That was a quali ban for Cardulo, accumulating 6 license points. That's why he got the ban he did. He was involved in a lot going into last week into Okayama, and there were some very questionable situations for Cardulo that looked a little bit iffy.
Well, let's hope he has a cleaner week this week. He certainly has got some speed with him, but I fear that's pretty far back. If he can get his way up into that top 10. Oh, my God. Oh, my word. Gallagher.
Rich Gallagher literally thumped the tyres. The car slides. He can't correct it. Bang.
Oh, my gosh. What a shot.
Good job it is a simulator. That's all I can say for that one, because that would have hurt if it was IRL. And that was massive. That is the first massive collision of the evening. As you can see on board with Millington here trying to work that steering wheel. The car does look a little bit loose this week.
Yeah, which is surprising because these cars typically don't want to turn. So that's interesting. I would probably enjoy driving this car if it was loose.
Yeah, I'm not a loose fan, unfortunately. I like the car a little bit tight so I can point, shoot and go for it. Don't get me wrong, there are moments where it does always not want it to do what I want it to do, but generally it's okay. Then we're going to go 3rd gear. I'll be interested to see how high they can get up. Let's not forget these cars have got 7 gears. There is literally no chance of them hitting anywhere near that. You can't even get it into 6th going into his slots, through the right, through the left. Not making it, coming out the other side up through Knickerbrook at the moment, and currently you can see it is still Siron out in front with Millington in behind, Davidson in behind that as well. That tyre is much less solid in ACC, says Watery. See, that's why we don't drive there, Watery, because we don't want to do ACC. Petlin and Dvorak, they're in a race number 1 and race number 2 last week, battling out on the thing. They're running side by side down into Lodge.
And look, they still all through this section, they're only in 4th gear. They probably won't ever touch 6th gear on this whole track.
Nope. I do completely agree. Running into 4th at the moment. Is he going to hit 5th? He's going to be braking on the exit there, just on that sign on the left-hand side. He's not going to get it. Through 3rd gear, 4th gear. He's running, pedaling, he's demanding space. He wants space, he needs space. And guess what? You're not given space. Dvorak, you want him to fight, you're going to fight. But I'll tell you what, going on the attack has just lost Dvorak a place to Pickler, and Pickler has made it through. Now Kieran Sharp has just run Dvorak through as well. That's 3 places. He's on the outside for Island Bend. He almost is going to stop. He did stop. He got it on just got it rotated. But he lost 3 places, Jim, just from going on the attack.
Yeah, and he got loose right there through islands, and that rear end almost snapped out on him, so he had to back out of it a little bit there.
Yep. But you can see these four clumped together at the moment. There's a little bit of oh, here we go. It's going to be running side by side. There's been a big one, Smoggy.
Yeah.
Smoggy's had an incident. The Dvorak's running side by side with Sharp. They're going to try and come into Knickerbrook side by side. They're going to manage it on that outside line. It's going to get loose. That's going to allow Sharp to push his way forward here. And is still ahead of Dvorak, but only just, mind you. Same with Siron up front. He's only just ahead of Millington, who's only just ahead of Davidson, who's only just ahead of Nuttall. So there's two groups developing already here. Further down, Andrew Pike is having a go with Guillem Hamling. And Smoggy also, after his recovery, let's see what he got himself up to. That's behind Mikey Pollard. That's coming into Britain's. Ah, bro, you're rotating. Is he going to go round? There you go. Thought you was. Oh,
I've spun there about 1 million times.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting and easily done. Let's just put it that way. But you can see Smoggy chasing down Mellis at the moment. Mellis is on that inside line. Is he going to allow him to come through and take the inside? It looks like Smoggy's going to get him. Mellis runs him wide. They're going to try and go side by side. Mellis on the side of the circuit. Smoggy sliding the back end. It's now down into Cascades. Smoggy's going to have it on that one. Battle up front with Siron, Millington, Davidson and Nuttall. Battles developing, Jim, and we're halfway through.
A lot of battles up and down the whole grid here. We've got there's some 3-car battles, 4-car. You got one that's a 6-car battle back there. They're everywhere.
Yep, they definitely are. And that's the thing, they're still fighting the first 4. Then you can see the guys further back. They're all across the racetrack. Dvorak's on in the yellow and black. Pickler's leading the way in the orange, in the purple, sorry. Pettelin's leading the way in the orange, the big pig. Pilot's in behind there. Hamlin's now joined on, and Pike's getting himself involved. This is soon to be a literally 12th place in Andrew Pike, right up to 5th in Pettelin, and Pettelin's got to be feeling the pressure.
Clearly, yeah. There's wow, that's a huge string of cars. These cars, that's 2 tracks in a row, 2 weeks in a row that they've given us this kind of action. This is a great little race here, great little league setup. Love it.
Absolutely.
By the way, that was an excellent camera angle that showed them coming through that chicane and down the back straightaway there. That was a really good camera angle. I like that.
Yeah, gave them all a run through. But at the moment, Pettelin is still there currently. Nuttall's still on the back. Just seen him going over the hill. They're going to spread out across the track again. Kieran Sharp gets his nose chopped off from Pickler. He's going to need a new nose very, very shortly. If he keeps trying to put it up there, he's not going to end up getting it. And Pickler's not a dash hound. I'm sure he doesn't like your nose joined up to his rear end. So constantly here throughout this race. Into shallow as he goes. Sharp's looking again on the inside. Pickler again says no. On board with Dvorak on that run out. Let's see if he can hold on to this, Jim, going into Britain's.
Yeah, I wonder, Kieran Sharp seems to be driving pretty aggressively there. I wonder if he's driving a little frustrated after his poor performance on the start of the race. I wonder if he's a little frustrated by that and driving a little more aggressively than normal.
Yeah. Well, you can see now they're all running the side pretty much side by side there. Pickler, Sharp, Pettelin. Pettelin seems to be a little bit of the M4 cork in the bottle. He is the initial big pig clogging up the track, but he is doing a great job. Most people would have cracked by now, Jim. Let's be real about it.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. Well, he had a great run last week, so that's a strong car for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. For him. Great job from Pettelin on the full defense, and he's still got 5th to 12th tucked in right behind him. The guys up front, Nuttall, he is chasing down on Davidson. Millington's in there with Khan, and he at the moment is still out in front. Lots of action to take place still. We're going into the final 5 minutes.
Yeah, I just happened to glance over because all those cars ran a little wide there, and I happened to glance over at the incident, the off tracks for this this race already. We got some drivers that are up at 15 and 13 and.
Don't take everything it says, Jim. Don't take it all as gospel, because trust me, I've seen it before and it has been well out. So just be a little bit more, take it with a pinch of salt, shall we say, because on that one, because obviously if it was they were all up at that amount, some of them would be close to having a drive through, and well, they would have been doing that already.
So the drive-through penalty for this is 17, right? That's correct.
Yeah, that's what I mean. By looking at the software that basically generates it generates off tracks, which puts currently Tom Davidson on 16. So he's got 3 minutes to drive with one. But at the same time, take it as a pinch of salt, because it does register off tracks that aren't always necessarily off tracks within the actual game itself.
Okay, well, that's interesting. Okay.
So we've got Siren.
Always learning. That's what I'm here for.
Siren coming over the line. He's got Millington tucked in, Davidson and Nuttall. They're going to have probably about another 2 laps. I think it's going to be a 10-lap race. Petalin still holding on. The queue is growing. As you see, just in the background of Andrew Pike is Matt Acton in that Labatt's livery Williams BMW, which looks absolutely stunning. And he's going to be joining on at the moment very, very shortly as well. Rich Gallagher, you've had a rough one. I won't continue to show your incidents and accidents, but let's just put it this way. You put it in the wall. Nuttall now running side by side with Davidson down in the Shell Oil, forcing Davidson on the inside. Nuttall can get the run of that sort of little bit of banking that he has got. Here he goes, and Davidson getting a bit of a slide. They're going to be side by side, are they, at the moment? Nearly. Nuttall backs off. Through he goes, still managing to stay out where he is. What about Petalin? Still got this group in behind him. Driving defensively, well, it's spectacular.
I'm trying to figure out if he's actually holding these cars up a little bit. It certainly would appear that he is. But he is running a nice defensive line because nobody can get by him, and there's some good drivers tucked in there behind him. So
I think that's the thing here, is if you put it in the middle of the circuit, you can block people. Paolo Miniti, I've got a funny feeling, has gone and hit a tyre barrier here. Is he going to hit it on the way in? Nope, he's going to hit the second one. And unfortunately for Miniti, got a little bit too close, and around he goes. We're going to have, where are we at the moment? 13:48. Oh, he's going to be, what, 10 laps? Only just, mind you. I think Barney's going to be close, 14:07. Should be the final lap of the race, I would have thought. So we could be going into 9. Let's have a look and see if we can find Barney. There he is on the right-hand side. Final lap of the race. Seron leading the way at this moment in time, going down into Cascades. He's going to wrap up the victory in race number 1, I think, Jim, but it depends what Millington puts him under for the rest of the race.
Yeah, I mean, Millington's right there. You know, it's I would not say this is a given by any means. He's putting a lot of pressure on Seron right now.
Yeah. It definitely is. Saron's got to make it through the next 2 chicanes without any dramas, but I think he's just about to wrap it up for race number 1. Here he comes for the final time in through Britain's. No issues. Nuttall and Davidson side by side. Nuttall's going to sweep round and take that 3rd place. Great move over Tom Davidson. Literally blocked him in. Hamlin, Pollard, all coming through side by side, but in the background, Hamlin just lost 2 spots there and has dropped down to the back end. Pollard and Pike have cleared him on that one, but it is going to be the Seron Millington run up the hill. Through Clay Hill we go, into the water tower. Who's going to come out as they start going through Druids for the final time? It looks like Seron's going to come and hold this one through Druids. No real major trouble at the moment for Seron. Is he going to come over the line? What's Millington going to do for the final time? Is he going to dive going into the lodge? He is not. It is the checkered flag. We are waving, and it is going to be Kevin Seron is going to wrap up the win for race number 2. Millington in 2nd. Nuttall comes over the line in 3rd. What's going on with the Petalin battle? Petalin's going to claim fifth. Kieran Sharp has got sixth. Some side-by-side coming down to the line as well. Bearvet is in there. Pollard's in there. Andrew Pike's in there. Hamlin's all got over the line at the same time. A lot of rush towards the end of that race.
Yeah, a lot. I was surprised Millington didn't make a little dive bomb move there to try to win this one, but he decided just to take the second place and, bring it home.
Yeah,
so
definitely did.
Well,
for Josh Millington sitting in second, Ciron takes the line. Tedeschi's going to come over the line as well, and then behind that we've got Mav Gardner and Morabito. I'm glad Mav Gardner's livery is loaded this week and he's not white. Morabito goes over the line at the same time. What about Hamlin? Oh, Hamlin's got a kind of livery on his car, but we'll forgive him for that one. Let's have a look for the results of race number one. I'm very fussy. Kevin Ciron is your winner. What? Josh Millington in second with Jamie Nutter and Tom Davidson, your 1, 2, 3. Francesco Petalin in fifth. He will start middle of the grid for race two. Kieran Sharp, Wojciech Dvorak, Morris Pickler, Fabian Bearvet, Mikey Pollard will be on pole position. And Andrew Pike, William Hamlin, Matt Acton, Alex Richards, David Kahn, Felix Smogy, Francesco Cardulo, who has gained the most places, I believe, in race number one. Then Stefan Mellis in 18th place. On from that is Paolo Maniti, John Bradshaw, Valerio Tedeschi, Mav Gardner, Antonio Morabito, Rick Gallagher, Robin Katzelberger, all out earlier on at the same time. I like to see a good livery, Jim. It's not my fault.
You're wrong for that, though. He might have worked hours on that paint job and is proud.
No way.
Yes, and you just crapped all over it.
No, I did not. I just merely said that I don't believe he would have done. So there we go. For that one, I don't believe he would have done.
Oh, that was funny.
So there we go. We've got a minute and a half.
Who is it that runs our Nigel Mansell livery that we love so much?
Matt Acton.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, we started calling him Matty Action because he was doing he some aggressive, cool moves he was doing the other day in another race that we started covering. So we nicknamed him Matty Action, and Kieran said he loved it. So that's going to be his new nickname from now on. He is Matty Action.
Yeah, Rich Gallagher. Well, he was rich in the barrier. Let's just put it that way. Great overtake from Nuttall. It was right at the end, sweeping around the outside, coming into Britain's. Great job from him. He gave, oh, my dearie me. Who was it in fourth? Oh, blimey, I'm losing my marbles already. I've only just watched it. He gave Davidson something very, very difficult because Davidson had to tighten it up and therefore jeopardising his exit, Jim. And unfortunately for him, he couldn't quite get the power down quick enough. Yeah, no, it's... I'm sorry, I was loading up the multi-stream chat so that I could join in on some of that. I'm sorry. I actually totally forgot what you just asked me. I apologize. So no dramas on there. See, Jim can't multitask. And who says men can multitask? Well, clearly some of us can, but a 6'8", 300-pound American definitely cannot.
No.
Clearly, Jim.
I'm older than you too. You talk about your memory fading. You should try to be me. I have a hard time remembering who I am sometimes.
Well, as long as you don't forget to put your pants on, Jim, before you go out, that's all that matters. You know what I mean?
It was that one little incident, and look, the police forgave me after a few days. It was no big deal.
I bet they did. You know what I mean? Walking down the high street with no pants on. Disgusting. Go Francesco Cajulo, says Tommy Apnea. Well, he did have a quali ban, Tommy, from race number one. He was a bit of a naughty boy. He got 6 license points in one round, to be honest, on that one. So, yeah. And Cajulo did make his way back up. I think he started at the back and he got up to 17th, I think. So, there we go. Morabito. As well. But I think lots of action still to come. And as I say, this reverse grid, it's going to be interesting, but I think the thing is as well, is they weren't actually that far away from each other from first to 10th. So it might not be a massive swing, to be fair.
No, it's not. It's not going to be. The quality of driving drivers that are in the top 10 here, those guys that are going to get flipped up to the front here, they're all fast. So, it's some of these races when you invert 10, those guys go straight to the back, and it's a lot of fun watching the leaders weave through them and all that. But that's not going to be the case here. These guys can run up that are going to be up in the front now. They got some really good drivers, so it's going to be hard for these guys that are getting inverted to catch the ones in front of them.
I do fully agree, because they are roughly all on the same pace. So keep your eyes out and check how this is all going to go, because it's going to be very, very interesting indeed. I look forward to race number 2. Do love a good reverse grid. Jim, I think it can really sort of flip things on its head.
Well, it can. And like I said, I don't know here that it's going to be as dramatic as some races and stuff like that. You and I cover a lot of races that do adverse grids and stuff. But I think all we're doing here is we're putting really fast guys up in the front. So it's going to be interesting to see if the Gallaghers are the Nuttalls and Millington and Ciron, if they can work their way back up to the front.
Well, we're going to find out. Let's have a look at the grid for race number 2. Mikey Pollard is on pole. Fabian Bervet in second. Maurice Pickler third. Then Wojciech Dvorak in fourth. Kieran Sharp, Petterlin, Davidson, Nuttall, Millington and Ciron rounding out the top 10. Then behind that is Andrew Pike, Willem Hamlin, Matt Acton, Alex Richards, David Kahn, Felix Smogy, Cardulo, Mellis, Maniti, Bradshaw, Tedeschi, Gardner, Morabito and Gallagher. The reason I'm reading so quick is they're getting on the grid quick. Katzelberger is the last one in 25th. Whether or not he's actually going to make it, we will find out very, very shortly. But here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, hold on to your hats, because race 2 is going to go boom. It's going to be hotter than a Vindaloo in a curry house. It's going to have more fireworks than the Chinese New Year. Well, let's hope so, because otherwise I've just looked like a complete pleb live on YouTube. But here we go. On that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ladies and gentlemen, race 2 is going to be green, green, green. Mikey Pollard lead us away. Frank Bervet got in behind him. Pickler and Dvorak are also going down, door banging down the straight. Surely they're not going to make it through. Dvorak makes it through. Big spinner in the back. Pickler in the middle of the circuit. Bang! Chaos! Fireworks! Boom! Pish! Pang! As we all start going off for turn number 1 already on that one. Mikey Pollard, Fabian Berner, Bervet, Dvorak. Incidents aplenty, and it started with Pickler and Dvorak giving each other a little bit of an elbow, Jim.
Well, I think that's what caused that incident further back. I think you might have had a few cars start checking up thinking they were about to wreck, and ultimately it caused a wreck.
Yeah, you can see Pickler goes round, spinner in the back. Oh, Pettelin's in the barrier as well. Francesco Pettelin in the barrier.
Wow, when you switched out to that wide-angle camera there, you really saw the amount of carnage that took place in that. It looked like not that big of a deal, but...
Yeah, Sharp's out there. He's in the wall. He's spun, facing the wrong way. I think Tom Davidson as well. From race number 1, there was a lot of big hitters involved in that one for race number 2. But at the moment, Pollard leads the way. Right, let's run through the list of people involved. Pickler, Davidson, Pettelin, Sharp, all involved. Ciron off the side of the circuit. Hamlin's gone off as well. So lots of people involved. What happened to Ciron, though? Because he went off for quite a while. He lost a bucket load of places. Oh, ouch. There we go.
Whoa. Didn't even see that part of it. Holy cow.
There was a lot more argy-bargy.
They messed up your favorite livery.
Oh, well. What can you do? It looks like somebody else has just had another bit of drama. Who's dropping down the order? Bradshaw. Pettelin's been off again. Oh, Francesco. Oh, there goes the other car. I think he was just spending avoiding action out the way. But Pollard and Bervet running up the front end at this moment in time. They're running side by side. Pollard's just got that all wrong going through Cascades. In fact, he got it mightily wrong. Hamlin pit lane, Pike pit lane, Davidson pit lane, and Sharp in pit lane. 3 TSRCs, 1 cracked already. And it looks like we've lost Katzelberger and possibly Bradshaw. So we'll keep an eye out and see how these all continue to fight. Whether or not they're all going to make it to the end. But no, Mikey, no, says Bobby in YouTube chat.
Yeah, Oulton carnage strikes again. Yeah, that's right. I think it could just be related to these cars. I think these cars kind of generate a little carnage by, the when you put highly skilled drivers in very equal cars, I think it equals carnage sometimes.
Highly skilled drivers in equal cars. Yeah, I think can be a bad mix. I think that's the thing. I think for these guys, it's definitely shown that it's quite a tricky combination due to the fact that obviously for them, there's lots of actions still to come, and there's lots of trying to keep your car together as much as possible. That's the problem, isn't it? Because there's a lot of things that could go wrong, and Bearvet at the moment is proving that he can do it all right.
Yeah, Bearvet's he's got oh my goodness. Millington was involved in that. Who else? We had an accident right there.
Yeah, Jamie Nuttall, unfortunately, on that one. Whoa.
Nuttall.
How did you end up out there? Right, Jamie Nuttall. He's gone round. Is it going to be... That is with Dvorak. Nuttall in the wall. Dvorak, unfortunately, there could be somewhat responsible. We'll see what comes out. Mav Gardner told you it was going to be more fireworks to the Chinese New Year, and that's exactly what we got. Khan, Millington, Maniti in this Gardner. Lots of fighting going on.
Yeah, you weren't kidding about the fireworks. 2 laps in, well, we're on 3rd lap now. We've had more than I thought we were going to have in the whole race right there. Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of huge names that are down and first, out of this race, essentially. I mean, for any contention. Look at this, driving it into Shell Oil Corner.
Yeah, wow. These guys carry it on. David Kahn, Petlin's in behind Kahn. Gallagher's up there as well. Gallagher's going to go, force Kahn nearly into the barrier. Gallagher gets it a little bit wrong now. We got Paolo Maniti. He's tucked in behind Stefan Mellis. Lots of gainers. Smoggy up 10 place here. Oh, can't. No, he's blinking. That's the problem. Gallagher now in there at the same time.
Oh!
Petlin's trying the inside line. He's going to get the run out of his slops. Gallagher's going to force him wide. Open up the steering in. Gallagher nearly loses. Petlin nearly loses his nose. Gallagher does pull over. I think he's got to slow down this time around. But it is going to be Bearvet. It is going to be Pollard. And it could be a little bit of an issue if Millington keeps blinking like that.
Yeah, well, we talked about that last week with a couple of cars blinking. Yeah, but I never realized that you could go through that chicane too wide, and they're all doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I've run this course a lot, and I've never attempted to go through there too wide, and they're doing it every lap. Somebody's going through there too wide.
Well, goes to show, Jim, it might be a skill issue.
Yeah, well, there's a reason I'm doing commentary.
Yeah, you and me both, mate. You and me both. My next race I'm going to do will be on April 1st, and that will be at Martinsville. But we'll see.
Oh, here we go. What happened last time you were at Martinsville?
Oh, well, no. I think I won last time for the MX500. I'm going to go back this season and defend my championship. Kieran Sharp. Oh, you already look broke, mate. Oh, yeah, no. Well, you're not now, but you might well be after this.
Oh, Kieran.
Into the tyre barrier. Sharp again with a pretty poor second race. It seems to be Kieran Sharp's season for that.
Yeah, well, he's certainly been. He got caught up in somebody else's carnage there at the beginning, but that's kind of, that's what happens in some of these situations. But yes, 2 bad races in a row for him, and we know he's a good driver. I mean, he just won a championship in
Tops.
The 10 Tops TCR cars. So we know he can drive, and then he's just this series so far is breeding a little carnage. Which, look, as a fan, that's okay. I mean, some of that's exciting, and especially if it builds a little bad blood.
Yeah, absolutely. Is Millington going to get bare blood though? As he's going to hassle. He's hassling Pollard here into turn number 1. We're only nearly just gone 7 minutes out of 30. Still 23 to go. Millington tucked in. Hamlin's taken a little bit of a diver off the circuit. He's come back not long after. Let's see what goes on.
Bless you. All right, yeah. So we got this is I like this camera angle here with Millington's car. This is it's going to be an interesting camera angle if he tries to make a move down here on the inside of Shell Oil. No, he's going to swing it on the outside of Shell Oil there. Yeah, that's a tough place to pass right there. That corner is it does not have a lot of grip coming out of it. Now you go in here into this first chicane. I still can't believe they run too wide through there.
Yeah, absolutely. And these guys carrying on at the moment. Millington still tucked in. Is he going to get Pollard now? Pollard, he pulls out. Pollard goes not really on the defense. He sits back and thinks Millington going to be absolutely bonkers if he sends it through there. But I can tell you what, you give Josh Millington an inch and trust me, he'll take a mile out of you in that beautiful pink machine there as well. Well noticeable. One of the only cars on the track I do actually can recognise, because every TSRC all looks the blinking same on that one.
Do.
Yeah, Siron up 6 places. Sitting in fourth. He's done a great job. Race 1 winner. Cardulo up 9. He's sitting in 8th at the moment with Alex Richards in front of him. This could be an interesting battle on that. And then we got Matty Action in behind. Cardulo going up. Oh, he thought about going up the inside of Richards. Let's hope he thinks better of it. We've seen this dramatics. Into the car we go. Now going on that run over the line now as well. Cardulo coming down, looking for the sign on the left-hand side. We want to hit our braking point just about now. Get that car rotated, drag it all the way in, and now on the gas, open it up for that run down into Cascades. We're going to drop down the hill. Now, as soon as we can drop down, we've got to go getting on the brakes. There you go. On we go. Cardulo's got to get it straight bragged round. Here we go. He does manage to do it there, Jim. Great work from Cardulo, but he's still got a lot more work to do before he gets past Richards.
Oh, yeah. That's Richards is running a good line through there, too. Both of them aren't using the entire track all over the place, which is interesting. They seem to be kind of conservative on their line a little bit. But Cajulo's up 9 spots in this race. He's having a good run. Obviously, some of that carnage early on hurt. But you got Felix Smokey up a couple of places in front of them, up 10 spots so far. And Millington, who's now in second place, is up 7 spots. So, that's not good.
Dvorak and Siron. What went on there? Oh, don't you come from a long, long way.
Oh, my God.
Oh, he doesn't even stop. Bang into Siron. Puts him straight round, and Dvorak just carries on. Did he stay in front of him, or did he give him the place back? That's going to be the question here.
Well, Siron's gone. I mean, Siron's back 5 or 6 spots.
Yeah, no, he just carried on. Dvorak carried on, punt to pass there. I don't know if he's trying to wait and allow him back through, but you got a long old wait, mate. Richards is going to go through on you at the moment. They're going to be running side by side out through Deer Leap. Who's going to be able to come the other side? Is Dvorak giving up waiting? It looks like he is. Maybe he has. Could be not as. Yes, he has. He's not waiting anymore. He's gone and just removed somebody out the way like he's driving at Talladega.
Yeah, well, no doubt that will come up on the in the penalty department this week. That was I'm not sure what happened there. That almost looked like he just kind of blanked out on his braking marker and just I don't know what was going on there.
Completely missed it.
Yeah, that wasn't like he just was going to try to punt him out of the way. I mean, he just ran slap through it.
Yep. It looks like Millington here is now chasing down on the back end of Bear. Let's have a look at the Millington on Pollard's pass. Pollard went on the attack. Now, unfortunately for him, I think he's going to lose out. He did lose out there for Mikey Pollard. He went on the attack through Cascades, and it cost him a place to Millington in behind. Now Pollard's dropping back a bit. Millington's now going after Bear. Millington's got the gloves on. He's the MMA fighter going against Bear. Is the skinny bartender. Let's see what goes on as they're going through the right-hander now. Here we go into Druids. Is he going to be able to make it through for Josh Millington? No, he goes off track. Pollard, the old-timer, comes up and tries to get him on the inside. Here's Pollard going to send it deep. Millington's got on the back. There's going to be contact. Oh, there was contact. Both men, I think, survived. But Millington moved late there, Jim, and literally could only cover him off. And boy, oh boy, was it close.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Millington's lucky there. because he clearly threw a block on Pollard there, and Pollard did a good job of keeping all. He bumped him, but he didn't wreck him, and he could have easily wrecked him right there.
Yeah, Gargiulo, sorry, Jim. Gargiulo just swept round the outside of Richards like he weren't even there. Great move from Gargiulo. Props where he goes. Bearvat is off the side of the circuit. He's off the side of the circuit for Bearvat. Jesus.
Oh my God. That was that could have been way worse than it was.
Did he miss the barrier?
That was a nice save.
Yeah. Lots of wiggling from Bearvat. That's put Millington out in front. Pollard tucked in behind him. Petalin is having another go with Nuttall. Lots of action still taking place here, guys, and it's getting fast and frantic, Jim, once more. We've still, just broken nearly halfway.
Yeah, we're not even halfway yet, are we?
You give me 90 seconds, Jim, we will be. Let's not be picky about it. You know what I mean?
A lot can happen in 90 seconds in this series with these cars.
Yeah, we can see another punt to pass almost.
Right. But that was interesting what happened to Beervert back there. I guess just dropped the wheel off the side of the circuit and just kind of lost it. He was running nice up front though, Yeah. That's unfortunate for him. He's still, he's only 2.5 seconds back. He can work his way back into that mix, I think.
Yeah, Tedeschi further back. He's having a go with Hamlin and Davidson. Both men got caught up in the incident on lap number 1, and Bradshaw's still running. Sharp still all by himself. There's been an incident with Alex Richards. He's in the wall. That is never a good look for the green machine. Oh, did he lose that coming out there?
Yep.
I don't want to do this, but I'm going to have to because I really want to pick up on how he lost it for Richards. You can see there. Is he going to dab the grass? Yes, he is. And unfortunately,
caught the curb.
Bang.
Yeah, that's a classic spin spot on this course right there, though. That happens so. He's going into pits. I thought he was losing it again back there.
No, Patalin's got a drive through. He's just gone in and gone straight through for Francesco Patalin. Unfortunately for him, a drive through early on. Bearvat has now got Smoggy. Pickler is in with around Nuttall. So it's Cracked and Dartwing fighting it out here, and then it's Bearvat and Cracked again with Felix Smoggy. Bearvat has gone through, overtaken on Smoggy that time around. Now Bearvat's going to make his way forward. Can he get him there? That's going to be the question for Felix Smoggy. Is he able to get into this one at the same time? So we'll see what Smoggy's able to do here. Well,
Bearvert's car seems to be kind of ill handling. If you watch him, it's just, it just doesn't look like it's handling great. Which could have, I don't know, maybe been a product of where he went off. See, it's just kind of like the tail end was just hung out there a little bit. But he's losing time to the, Millington is pulling away a little bit up front. Pollard can't seem to stay with him. So I question whether or not anybody's going to challenge Millington as the race goes on, unless he makes a mistake.
No, I don't think he will. He doesn't make many. Bearvat still got Cracked racing Nuttall. And behind him at the moment. Through the left-hander they go. Is he going to be able to hold on, Bearvat? He does, but for how long? Coming out of Cascades now, going to be running side by side. Seron and Mellis both taking little trips off at turn number 1. They're still going though. Bearvat manages to hold on. Nuttall tucked in behind him. Through Shell Oils they go. Here we go once more. Phil Bearvat for Nuttall into Britons. Are they going to both make it out of this one though, Jim?
They keep amazing me at what they're doing here. It's kind of shocking the way they run through these chicanes. I've never seen that. That's pretty impressive. But Beervert is just not closing that gap back up on Pollard in front of him like I'd hoped. That's a nice looking car right there. By the way, I just want to point out, you called a solid pink car a beautiful livery, and then you just dismissed that one there.
Black and white stripes. Oh, Hamlin nearly got it wrong.
He did nearly get it wrong.
Yeah, he's got TSRC in front, TSRC behind, and a big pig in Francesco Petalin, or Privateer in Petalin in behind that. Now Cardulo going to be going side by side with Matty Acton. Acton on the left, Cardulo on the right. Acton in the Labatt's liveried Mansell number 5 from the late 80s, early 90s. Cardulo in there tucked in as the TSRC Ciron. What's he going to be able to do at the moment? Is Cardulo going to pull out late? No. Acton defends? No. Ciron makes a move? No. Three no's, don't make a yes, and it ain't going to make one here because Ciron's now going to look at the run. Coming out through Cardulo, down in through Cascades. Is he going to make the left-hander? He does. No move. Acton runs a little bit wide. He's going to be a little bit late, a little bit jeopardized on the exit. Cardulo tucked in right behind him at the moment. And at this moment in time, he's got to look down into Shell Oils. Surely he's not going to go into Ireland. No, he's not going to take it too wide. Is he going to dive him up the inside going into Shell Oils? He's... no, not this time, Jim.
No, Matt Acton took a nice line through Shell Oil there to prevent him from trying to make a move on him. Be interested to see if they try to make a move here in the chicanes.
Nope.
Not here. But you know, Matty Action's moving up. Look at him. Matty Action's running our favorite livery, and he's in 6th place.
Yeah. Here we go. Ciron. Nope. This is the site of his flashback moment where Dwornek pushed him off into the grass. Now through the right hander of Knickerbrook, we're going to be running up over Clay Hill under the Advan Bridge through the left-handed, slight little left-hander we go, coming into Water Tower. Through there we go once more. Now into Druids, that long double right-hander almost. Keep it pinned now. Now go, go, go. This is the thing for Ciron. Take the inside line. What's Cardulo going to be able to do here? He's got no defense. Ciron's going to be alongside. Cardulo can only go in deep. Is he going to be able to make it around the outside? No. Ciron says no, chops his nose up on the exit. Cardulo had no response.
Yeah, Ciron was pretty wise there. You try to hang it out there on that outside, and you'll get off in that grass, and next thing you know, you're catching one of those walls around there. That's a tough place to be on the outside. So that was a smart move by him. As Matty Action takes us down here into, I can't remember the name
Cascades.
of that turn right there. Yes, Cascades. I want to call it the Carousel, and I know that's not right.
No, it definitely is not. That is definitely not right. I'll send you a little present. Into Cascade, into Islands we go, coming into Shell Oils. Ciron again. Through Shell Oils we go, nothing doing there. Francesco Cardulo, nothing doing there. What about Mellis? Khan's just gone and sweep round the outside in through Islands, and Mellis is looking round the outside now. He's got to really run it in deep and almost lean on him. He's not going to be able to lean on Khan. Khan goes through. Millington and Nuttall, the site of this one here, the beautiful pink livery machine and the crack racing car in behind him. On that run down into Knickerbrook now, is Millington going to be able to hold it? He is going to be able to hold it. Nothing doing there. Mav Gardner further back having a battle with Francesco Petalin and Pickler. Tom Davidson with Rich Gallagher. They're side by side leaning on each other coming into this chicane. I'm hoping Davidson makes it through. Trying to go too wide. Never going to happen. Davidson gets the run. Unfortunately, he's down a position for Gallagher once more. But Khan and Mellis not leaving each other alone.
No, there's battles all over the place out here. I'll tell you what. Oh no, he's got that way wrong. That was
Stephen Mellis.
Mellis
slid into the barrier. Bang! Off comes the bumper. And around he goes. You can see the tyre tracks there for Mellis. That car is unfortunately a little bit more totaled. Mellis is used to knocking his nose off. He knocked it off on the Monday League we do and in the SR8s, and he got a nice little breeze up through his feet. But he's now gone and lost it in this big old burly BMW. Lucky enough, it's a bit of a more of a solid beast, and we don't see Mellis's feet getting a draft in through this wintry run through Oulton Park. 8 minutes to go. Acton has got Ciron closing coming in. Nuttall has got Millington in his sights. That's one battle. Gardner's trying to go around the outside of Pickler, or the inside of Pickler into Cascades. Is he going to be able to make it through? Gardner, Petlin wants to send it free wide. He's like hell-bent. Nick us to it. Full send. Let's go. No, he can't. Pickler's going to go onto the dirt. He's going to get a slide on. Is he going to be able to stop it? He is, but Petlin wanted to send it free wide there.
He did. Too wide hardly works through islands, as you can see, but certainly 3 wide won't work through there.
Nope. Oh,
look at this. Oh,
here we go. Petlin's going to go again. Pickler's going to cover him off. Petlin's going to bump draft him along. Coming into the chicane, Pickler again, carrying more speed than Gardner. I think that's the thing. Every time he's bumped Gardner, he's just carrying more speed than him, going into the vital areas of Britons and Hislops. Britons and Hislops. And that's the thing. Pickler can just not get through, but he is, by the looks of it, generally carrying more speed and faster. If he leaves the inside open, though, Petlin's going to say thank you very much.
Yes. Absolutely. I think the slowest car there of the 3 there is Gardner. You know, I mean, it's he's holding up both of them.
Yeah, Dvorak's off the side of the circuit. Richards looks like he's been off and come back on. Davidson the same.
Oh, inside move here.
Yeah, Petlin's going to go up the inside, try it. Nope, Pickler's going to carry the speed. They've lost now a little bit of time to Gardner. In behind that is Pike. He's trying to go on. Petlin's on the lights, not quite sure why. You do the pass on the overtake on the racetrack there, sir. You're fighting hard. It's not ballet dancing, it's racing. So you've got to get your elbows out and stick your nose in there if you have to. But this is a great little freeway fight.
Yeah, it is. That move that he tried to make there at Lodge Corner was ultimately put him back a little bit. He lost a little time after that and lost a little space.
He did.
The thing about that corner, they give you a lot of runoff area there, so he had room to save it there.
Yeah, Pickler's now going to go in behind him again on this one. Mellis is still running around without a bumper on the front, and now we've got Pickler Gardner, nose to tail again. This is where Pickler's speed is going to come through. He's now going to try and get on the gas early. He needs that run. He's got to get alongside him. Is he going to be able to have room from Gardner? Gardner's going to hug the left-hand side. He's going to open it up again, give him no option. Now he's going to go into Druids really tight on the inside line. He tried to hold it too tight. They're going to come out side by side. Petlin's also going to be involved in this one. Is there going to be free wide? Pickler's covering him off. Petlin's got nowhere to go. Follow Pickler through, Francesco. Follow through, almost contact. Pike's going to get in the mix. They're going to be side by side at this moment in time. You can see them door banging there on the run down into turn number 1. Pickler's on the inside. Petlin's tucked up behind. Pickler's late early on the brakes. He's looking for the run out. He's going to get it side by side, but here comes Andrew Pike in the background. 2v2 going down into Cascades. Pike's on the grass. Is he going to be able to stop the car? He did. Pickler's holding everybody up. He's in there at the same time, puts the car in the right place. Mav Gardner is now in front. Petlin's in second and Pickler's in third in the group.
I don't know how in the world Mav Gardner stayed ahead there. That was amazing. Pickler had a phenomenal run on him there.
He crashed. Petlin and Pickler. Pickler Petlin. Doesn't matter which way round you say it, don't make it any better. Both men are in the wall.
Wow.
Oh man, Pickler was alongside. I don't know if Petlin could have done anything about it. I think he lost it there. I think he started sliding. He applied the power coming out of Shell Oils. Watch the exit from the orange car. There's the slide. Pickler's alongside. He's corrected the slide. He hasn't seen Pickler. And unfortunately, they've hooked round, and Petlin and Pickler have ended up in the wall together. And that is that fight over. Nuttall, Millington, and now Cardulo fighting out for the middle pack of 6, 7, 8. Up 13 places is Felix Smoggy, but he has got Matt Acton behind him, 7 seconds. He's got 3 seconds for Bever, and Pollard still out in front at the moment. So we'll keep an eye on this one. Ciron with Acton going at it now. Through islands they go, coming into Shell Oils.
Yeah, we got Matty Action up in 4th place there, and with Ciron right behind him. Ciron, I know, is itching to get back up to up there towards the front. He was running so well till he got bumped around a little bit earlier.
Oh, Nuttall's crashed.
Oh, no.
Nuttall's crashed. Coming into Shell Oils with Millington. Oh, he's going to go round there.
Oh,
Nuttall
man.
just misses Cardulo. He's gone round for Jamie Nuttall. And now Nuttall drops in behind Cardulo. Acton sitting in 4th. Smoggy up 13 in 3rd. Cardulo up 10 in 7th place. So great job from him. But Acton bringing that livery, the beautiful livery machine home. Is this going to be the final lap of the race for Mr. Mikey Pollard? He's just got this one lap. There is Barney, and he's got 3 seconds to do the job for Mikey Pollard. Just got to hold on a little bit more. Davidson ran. Oh, he's just got to tap Beniti. He's just put Beniti in the wall.
Oh, man.
Mate, is he going to wait? Is he going to wait? He's thinking about waiting.
He did slow up.
Yeah.
He did slow up.
Yeah, he allowed Maniti back through to Davidson. Acton has got Ciron in from that final 4th place. Through the left-hander they go. The leader's on his way through Shell Oils. Bearvet's in behind it. Then Smoggy's in behind that. And then we've got this Acton-Ciron battle for the final lap here. This is not Francesco's race. No, could say he's had a bit of a bad one. Coming into Shell Oils, just defend the inside line, Matty. Just defend the inside line. Don't give him an option. Open the steering, block out that outside, keep it in the middle of the racetrack through the right. Now bring it over to the right-hand side, bury the chicane. Through you go. Oh, get it off, get it off, get it off. Hold the right. Hold the right. Give Ciron something to think about on the outside line. You've got to go in deep now, Matty. This is it. He's gone back through. He's managed to hold it. Ciron's got no response. They were almost side by side, but they've managed to make it through. Acton coming out of Knickerbrook. Ciron's going to have the run. He's going to have a lot better run. How close is he going to be able to get? The leaders on their way down to the final corner. We'll pick up on him very, very shortly. We'll give Pollard his moment of fame as he's going to take a race win in race number 2, but it's all about these guys for a minute. This is where it could happen, but it's got to go down to the leader. It's got to go down to your winner of race number 2. Mikey Pollard, DCW, comes over the line. He wraps up the win. Bearvet's going to be in 2nd. Smokey's going to be in 3rd. What about Acton and Ciron? Acton comes over the line.
Matty Action bringing home 4th place.
Yeah. And Smokey comes over the line in 3rd, Ciron in 4th. And we've got Josh Millington. Is he going to get Khan here? It doesn't look like it. I think Josh is going to come over the line in 8th. Khan up 7 places. Comes over the line in 8th place. Millington in 9th. What about Gardner? Is he going to be able to clear Maniti? He's not. Davidson allowed Maniti to got back through and then took the position away from him anyway. So there we go. Hamlin fighting out. TSRC, Gardner, Mellis in there. They're going to get a run down to the line. Stefan Mellis comes over the line. He does just about hold it. Oh! And then Mav gives him a little bit of a snog on the way out. What about Alex Richards, Morabito? Richards into the final corner. Is he going to be able to make it through? He's looking for the cutback. Oh, he's put Morabito round. Are you going to wait? Are you going to wait? Are you going to wait? Hell no, you're not. He ain't waiting. Puts Morabito round. He struggles there. Boo, yeah, a little bit of a booey moment there, unfortunately. I think that's really hard because I'll be interested to see how it all started with them guys on that one.
He came back over on him a little bit there.
And unfortunately for these guys, around they go. That is everybody wrapping it up from this feature race. Let's bring you up the results. Mike Pollard takes the victory in race number 2 with Fabian Berver in second, Felix Mogi in third, Matty Acton in fourth, Kevin Ciron in fifth, and Francesco Cordulo in sixth. Then we've got Jamie Nuttall, Dave Kahn, Josh Millington and Wojciech Dvorak rounding out the top 10. Then Davidson, Maniti in 11th and 12th, Gallagher and Pike in 13th and 14th, Mellis, Hamlin, Gardner and Pedalin rounding out the top 18. Not Francesco's night. Valerio Tedeschi in 19th, then Richards, Bradshaw and Morris Pickler. Kieran Sharp had a rotten race again, unfortunately for him. Antonio Morabito, well, we've just seen what happened to him, and Katzelberger didn't take to the start. I get to have the pleasure of talking to somebody I haven't talked to in a very, very long time, and when I do, he's gone and taken the victory. He finished 10th in race number 1. He jumped onto pole. Him and Bearvet having moments all over the racetrack, but it is the DCW one-man band here in the TSRC Abruzzi series. Mikey Pollard. Mikey, been a while.
It has. How you doing, mate? I haven't spoken to you for a bit, and it's been a while since I've been on the top step of the podium as well. Delighted.
Yeah, a little bit of a testing race, number 1, wasn't it? You were all kind of in a line. There weren't really much room and much space to go anywhere.
That's right. It's really tough to overtake. And we bunched up towards the end as well. It was quite, I was obviously aware I was in P10 and therefore on for the reverse grid pole. And I wanted to make sure I kept that. And I had pressure from behind. It was like 2 wide, 2 by 2 in front. So, yeah, it was pretty hairy there for a while, but managed to hold on to it and get that reverse grid pole, which, of course, made all the difference.
Do you think that's going to be a thing of this season, Mike? Because last week, I think it was Petlin grabbed pole. He went and took the win. You've grabbed pole. You've taken the win. Is it escaping the carnage in race number 2 that makes the difference?
It is. Yeah, it's exactly that, because that's what happened last week, and that's what happened this week. I think within the space of a few corners, when I'd taken off from pole, I'd heard there's an incident behind, and I could see cars off left and right. So I knew something had happened. And then after a few laps, it was down to just 3 of us fighting. I dropped back to 3rd in that group. Was it Fabian made a mistake, and then there was me and Josh, and then Josh pulled into the pits. Did he have a drive-through, or it seemed so early to get a drive-through?
Sure no, he stopped apparently for 4.9 seconds, but I think he might have got caught up in some of the incidents that had taken shape. So
you know what? I did hear there's an incident ahead at some point.
Yeah.
Going through one of the chicanes. I wonder if he got a meatball, hit one of the tyre barriers and got a meatball, perhaps. Find out.
Let me see.
I was lucky to win. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Josh would have beaten me, I imagine, and there's various faster drivers on the grid, but there was enough carnage. I managed to survive out front, so yeah.
Yeah, it was quite hectic. It was quite hectic. I don't know if he did get a meatball, because the only 2 things I've got listed for him, Mike, are just little runs off the grass. I'm not quite sure what he got himself up to, apart from you obviously nearly punting him off going into the final corner. Did he come over on you there, Mikey, do you reckon?
Oh yeah, big time. He'd made a mistake coming out the previous corner. I'd got a run. I was pretty much on his rear bumper and just going into the braking zone, and then he came across. So I couldn't avoid hitting him. It was only a 0x at the end of the day, so it gave me a little bit of front-end damage. No doubt it gave him a little bit of rear-end damage, but it wasn't a big deal. Kept racing.
It was. Good. Going forward into next week, we've done some tough circuits, but we're going to Oulton Park. Not the most easiest circuit.
No, difficult circuit, and probably even harder to overtake than here, right? So I expect a similar kind of situation. Some carnage and reverse grid pole possibly doing very well. I
think reverse grid pole is going to be vitally important. To be honest with you, mate, on that one. Well done, fella, for taking the victory. Anyway, anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
The rest of the DCW crew, I hope they were watching. Shout out to those guys.
Where are they anyway? There's normally at least 2 or 3 of you in a series.
Quite thinly spread now across GT3 stuff and various different series, and everyone's got family commitments, so we're racing on different nights, really, to be honest.
Fair one, mate. Yeah, when it happens. Yeah, it happens.
All
Anybody
good.
else you want to shout apart from them?
Nope.
No? Okay. Cool. Well done,
Thanks,
Mike.
James.
No worries.
Cheers,
Take care,
mate.
mate. See you Monday.
Cheers.
Well, there you go. That was the end of that one. Jim as well. I think they picked up it in YouTube chat as well. Seems like finishing P10 in the first race is the way to win races. It is stemming like that, isn't it?
I mean, yes, to a degree, but also there was a point there where he was running third. There were guys in front of him. They were, to be honest, they were slightly faster than him there. He was dropping back a little bit, and those guys in front of him ultimately made mistakes, and he took advantage of it. So I wouldn't say that, it's all about that 10th place finish in the first race, because like I said, there were two guys halfway through the race. He was in third place. Either one of those two guys could have won. Certainly starting up front in the second race is a huge advantage. But we had guys that were third, fourth, fifth place up there that ultimately got wrecked out in that second lap incident, our first lap incident with like Kieran Sharp and those guys, that whole crash. I mean, I think there's a lot of luck involved in not getting tied up or putting yourself in the right spot to not get caught up in some of that carnage early on. But ultimately, I think it's going to be a lot of action all season, every race.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining us here this evening as well. Join us next time out as we're going to head to the very difficult Oulton Park here once more. We'll be live next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Join us. We've got a lot more racing coming up later on. We've got the J2ICS with Jim and Hamish going down at Chicago. That should be an interesting one. Myself and Alex Goldschmidt for Janettas, and myself and Jim for the Radical Race Series. So lots happening this week on JBB all from tomorrow onwards, so join us for that one. And as always, guys, take care, have a great week, and you never know, we might see you on the track sometime. Good night.